Hey everybody, today I'm going to be showing you this Rattan Pathfinder STE bike. I'm going to start by going through all the features of it and then show you how it performs on the road and things like that. I've already been riding it around quite a bit, so it's a little bit dirty in some places, so I apologize for that. But anyways, let's get into all the features of this. Okay, so I moved somewhere where it's a little less echoey. So there are two Rattan Pathfinder models. There's this step through and the step over model. Both of them have the same features. The frame is the only thing that's different. As you saw in the beginning of this video, this bike comes with a little bit of setup required. You have to put on the handlebars, the front fender and the front tire, this rack, and this rear light. But it's not really that difficult. The instructions were kind of unclear, but if you know how it's supposed to look in the end, you can pretty much figure it out. Oh yeah, you had to put on the pedals as well, which is pretty standard with most bikes that you order online. So let's get into the features of this bike. The Rattan Pathfinder has 26-inch tires that are 4 inches wide. These fat tires kind of help with traction in snow and sand. There's front suspension fork that actually has a remote lock on it that you can access right here. That will lock or unlock the suspension. On the left-hand side of the handlebars, you have your throttle and the buttons that control the LCD screen, as well as the light. Got your hydraulic brake lever. On this side, you have your gear levers. This is an 8-speed bike. Pretty easy to use. The handlebars are actually really nice. They have these nice faux leather grips on them. One cool thing about the braking system on this bike is when you're braking and going a certain speed, it actually regenerates the battery a little bit. On the screen, you'll be able to see the watt usage right here. And when it goes negative, that means that you're actually charging the battery. Kind of cool. I think that system might be what's here, but I'm not 100% sure about that. The gears are Shimano gears, which are kind of standard on a lot of e-bikes. They're pretty nice. One thing I think is cool is this guard right here to protect the derailleur. This bike is really heavy, so if it were to ever fall over, you kind of want this protection there. This is also where the motor is in the back hub. It's a 750 watt motor with 1200 peak watts. It's a pretty good motor actually. It's powerful, which it needs to be since this bike is really big and heavy. On the front you have this really cool headlight that's actually pretty bright and it looks awesome. You got plastic front and rear fenders. The bike seat is really comfortable. And it can be adjusted quite a bit, moved back and forth, and then also tilted, which I think is nice, and it can be raised up a lot. This sweet cargo rack is also included with the bike. It's really easy to put on because they already have bolts ready to go for it. And it's also where the rear tail light goes, which is also a brake light as well. You have to install this, but it's pretty easy to just run the wires down through the frame and then you connect it over here. The kickstand on this is super nice. It's really bulky and durable and sturdy. I don't feel like this bike is gonna fall over at all when it's using the kickstand. The lights can be turned on right here and it's pretty bright. I can't reach to show you the brake, but it also flashes when you're braking. I kind of wish that they had added some blinkers because you can go so fast on this bike. You're almost part of traffic when you're in town. This part right here is the battery. Has an on-off switch on it and the key part that unlocks it. It actually shows you the battery percentage right here too. Kind of cool. And this is the port where you charge it. You can charge it on the bike or off the bike. You also get this bag with the e-bike, and I can store some of the tools that come with it and the charger. This is a 3-amp charger, so it's actually pretty fast. But since the battery is so big, I think 720 watt hours, it takes 4 to 5 hours to charge it from dead to full. Got the keys for the battery, owner's manual, various tools. I think that's pretty much it for the main features of this e-bike. You can read more about it online. But yeah, let's take it for a test drive. So I'm gonna turn it all the way up to 5 and just try using the throttle to see how fast it can go. So I'm not pedaling at all. Okay, that was really fast, so now I'm just gonna try pedaling with pedal assist 2 on, which I think I have set to 70%. My gears are all the way on 8, so I'm on the highest gear, and actually it feels pretty perfect to pedal. Going 20 miles an hour. I like it. I've turned it down to pedal assist 1, which is 50%. We'll see how well it does on dirt roads. I mean, it's pretty bumpy, but not too bad. Going 13 miles per hour seems about right. I don't know if I want to be going 30 miles per hour down a dirt road anyways. Let's kick it up to assist 2, which brings me up to 20 miles an hour. It's going 20 miles an hour now almost. Still feels pretty good. Stable. I'm only riding with one hand. A little bit of washboard. One thing I noticed that I don't really like is that I can't see the screen when I'm wearing polarized sunglasses, which that's all I have right now. So I'm having to ride without my sunglasses so I can see how fast I'm going. But that might be the case with most e-bikes anyways, but yeah, you'll have to get non-polarized sunglasses if you want to be able to see the display. So I've shifted into a higher gear to make it easier to pedal. And now I'm going to turn off the pedal assist to see how hard it is to ride this bike without any kind of assistance. Woo! Now it's off, and it's definitely heavier. Oh, I'm going to have to shift up a little bit. I'm as high as it can go. Whew. That is tough. It's a workout. Looks like I'm actually charging the battery a tiny bit. Maybe if I turn off the bike. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's much easier now. Okay, so that's that regenerative braking thing. Kicking into gear. Oh, there's a dead rattlesnake. Don't want to end up walking on this road. Okay, so if you have to pedal, I think you can, but it's a lot harder to pedal while the bike is on, for sure. I don't think I could ever pedal to charge the battery again. That would just be way too much work. I'm still in the first gear. I can't see how fast I'm going, but I mean, I could go up a few more gears, I think. Go a little faster than I am. So not too bad for a 77-pound bike. Okay, so I turned the motor back on because I'm about to go up a pretty steep hill, on a dirt road even. And I want to see, I think I'm in gear number 6. Gear number 6, yeah. So I want to see how much pedal assist I need to be able to comfortably pedal up this steep hill without having to shift into a lower gear, I think is what you would say. It's already getting pretty difficult. It's kind of hard to see how steep this hill is on the phone, but okay, definitely going to go into pedal assist number 2 now. Oh, give it a lot more power. Okay, still pretty easy. I'm impressed. Oh, we're losing speed now. Alright, gonna go into 3. Definitely helping, not gaining speed though. Yeah, well, this is easy. We're going 10 miles an hour, but I mean, I'm having no trouble pedaling at all. I don't know how fast number 3 usually goes. We'll see. Oh, pretty fast, actually. Maybe a little too fast. Go back down into 1. Okay, for this next kind of smaller hill, still pretty steep, I'm gonna try throttle only, no pedaling at all. It seems like when you're in pedal assist 1, the throttle will get you up to 15 miles per hour. So I'll probably better go into like 2 or 3. There we go. Not pedaling. We're going 18 miles per hour. Yeah. No problem at all. Oh. A little bumpy there. Well, we went down to 16, but now we're at the top, and that wasn't an issue at all for it. I didn't realize this before, but now I'm actually in the cruise control because I held down the throttle for more than 5 seconds. So we're just cruising along here at 17 miles per hour. It's pretty nice, except for I'm going to go around this turn now. Woo! Gotta turn it off with the brake. I started at 100% battery, and the odometer says I've been going 3 miles. I've gone 3 miles, and it's already down to 81%. But in the little bit that I've been riding this bike around before, I know that the battery percentage is way off. And it felt like it goes down to 50% really fast, and then you can get like 20 more miles in from 50%. So maybe there's a way I can adjust that to make it more accurate. We'll see. Okay, so I want to try something. I've gone 9 miles pretty much, and it says 53%. So I'm going to turn the bike off. Now turn it back on and see if that percentage changes at all. Yep, now it's 78. Okay, so I'm not sure if that reset it or what. But yeah, interesting. I mean, 78 definitely sounds more what I think it should be, at least. So looking at where I have the pedal assist set at, I was actually at 40, 55, 70. So 40% got me around 15 miles per hour, 55, 20 miles per hour. Oh, lost it. Anyways, but it seemed to go up 5 miles per hour pretty much with every pedal assist set to that. I've been riding this bike around for about a month now. I've taken it almost 300 miles, and so far it is still riding just like the day I got it. The motor's not giving out at all. It's got the same power that it used to have. It's, yeah, I mean, all the parts are doing great. The gears still shift really smooth. I'd say that this probably will last a while. I mean, I don't see it stopping anytime soon. Just to kind of go over some of the things I like and dislike about this bike after riding around for a while. Love the gears, shift really easy. The bike rack, very heavy duty, strong. I actually like had some people sit down on it and had them as passengers, and it's taken their weight easily. The light is cool. I love that it's built into the whole system, so I don't have to charge it on its own and things like that. But it does sit down kind of low. So if you're going to be taking this around at night a lot, I recommend getting maybe a secondary light to put on the handlebars, just so you have a little bit more light. Because it goes so fast that when you have just a light like this, it kind of doesn't feel like enough. You almost want like a car headlight. The brake light makes you very visible though, which is nice. I like how much you can adjust on this bike. It's pretty crazy actually. You can adjust the pedal assist percentages, even like the battery voltages and stuff like that. Which brings me to kind of my next thing, which is something it's not like I dislike it about this bike, but it is something to be aware of. On higher end e-bikes, when you pedal, it'll kind of sense how much you're pedaling and make you go faster or slower based on that. But this bike doesn't really have that. It does have like a bit of a sensor thing, but it's not as good as some e-bikes. But for this range of e-bike, it's fantastic. It's actually better than a lot of the other similar e-bikes that I've tried. Because you can adjust the pedal assist though, it doesn't matter as much as it would on other bikes. So I've just adjusted it so it goes 15, 20, 25, and 30 miles per hour based on the pedal assist. And so that kind of works for me. So I don't have to worry too much about the sensor. I just kind of, adjust the pedal assist instead of how much I pedal. The bike seat ended up being kind of an issue for me. I thought the tilt feature was going to be awesome, and it was at first, but it eventually just wore out because it's just made of aluminum, and the little aluminum teeth just kind of ground down, so it was always tilting up. So now I've drilled a hole at the bottom and put a screw in there to try to like keep it in the one position, but we'll see how long that lasts. This bike seat post is a little bit of a strange size. It didn't fit. None of my other bike seats fit on this. So I kind of have to use this bike post. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do if it breaks again. So that's kind of an annoying little issue, but maybe I'll write to Rattan and make them aware that this seat does not work very well. See what they have to say about that. The bike seat that came with it was really nice. It's just a cruiser style, but I've actually swapped it out for a memory foam one just because I had one and I really like memory foam seats. The value for this bike, in my opinion, is pretty good. I mean, it seems like it's going to last quite a long time. I mean, I'll keep riding it all summer long and update this video maybe if it breaks or anything, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. The motor on this bike is really awesome. The torque is really high, so it has a lot of just starting power and a lot of power to get you up hills. I've had all sorts of people try this bike out, and so far it's been able to get every size of person up a steep hill without even really pedaling, which is kind of important because some e-bikes will just die halfway up a hill and then you're stuck pretty much walking because they're so heavy and it's pretty hard to pedal them on your own up hills. So the motor's really awesome. Good so far. I did have to adjust the brakes on both the back and the front, but that's pretty common with kind of any bike that has disc brakes. You always have to like tinker with them a little bit until you hit the sweet spot of not making any noise but still working. The fat tires have been really nice. I think that for how fast this bike goes, you would want a wide tire because you need that surface against the road to keep you stable. Otherwise, I think it would feel pretty like wobbly when you're going 30 miles per hour. I did get a flat tire in the back because of a goat head, but I just put a 8-ounce bottle, maybe 16-ounce bottle of slime in each tire, and that worked. So far, I haven't had any flat since then. So being able to slime the tires is really nice if you're going to take an e-bike like in the mountains or anything like that or on trails. Basically, I think this is a really good e-bike for the price range, and compared to some of the others that I've tried, this is my top choice for sure. Especially if you're talking about the folding e-bikes, I think that this style, if you're not going to be transporting it anywhere, is actually better because, I don't know, it's just so bulky and durable, and the battery is a lot bigger than on the folding e-bikes because it has a lot more space for it. So unless you want to, have the ability to throw your bike in the car or something like that, I think a big framed one like this is going to be the better option. I have been able to fit this in the back of a Subaru, actually. I just had to take off the front tire. And there are bike racks for these. You just have to get a special one that can take the really heavy bike and the extra wide tires. If you're looking for a budget-friendly e-bike that can go really fast, then the Rattan Pathfinder is an excellent choice. I have really enjoyed being able to ride this around, and I'm going to be taking it everywhere all summer long. So if I run into any issues, I'll update this video. But so far, everything's been working great. And yeah, Rattan Pathfinder. I think it's a good deal and a great bike. So thanks for watching, and subscribe and like if you want to see any more videos.